Hi, I am Brianne Javaux, and I'm here with 4-H Network News with Representative Bill Grant. What can youth do to become more involved in the democratic process?
Well, I would suggest that at school, if there's a club, either Democrat or Republican club at school, to join those and probably really get some excellent initiation into the legislative process at that time, that way.
What bills are currently being discussed that relate to the youth?
Well, of course, education this year is a huge plan. The governor in her budget has put in another $1 billion or $2 into kindergarten through college education. So that's a huge deal for education. All-day kindergarten is one thing they're talking about, and helping kids get past the WASL, if indeed we keep the WASL as a measurement tool of how kids are doing in high school. So there's a lot going on with education.
Wow, that's really interesting. What else would you like to say to your constituents?
Well, just that it's interesting when you hear all the different subjects that come up, and most people don't realize what all those are. Today, as for instance on the floor, there's a bill about shielding newspaper reporters so they don't have to give their source of information when they put things in the newspaper. Something people don't think about. Another one is PBDEs, and that is a product that's put in materials to keep them from burning. And that is proven to be getting into the environment, and a lot of people are concerned about that. So the things that come up are not all things that affect just our area. They're things that affect the state and nation, too, as far as that goes.
Representative Bill Grant, can you tell us a little bit about your career in politics?
Well, when I was about 30 years old, a fellow who was running for the Senate came and asked me if I would be his Walla Walla campaign manager. I agreed. And he got elected to the Senate, and first thing you knew, he had me appointed to the Walla Walla Community College Board of Trustees, and it went on from there. The first time I ran was in 1984 for the legislature. I was defeated. But I ran again in 1986 and won, and I've been here since 1986. So this is my 21st year, and it's a fun place to be. The people are just great. Some of the issues get a little tiresome, but the people are wonderful to work with, and it's just a good place to be.
What do you do when you're not working as a representative?
Well, I'm a wheat farmer. We farm out by Prescott, and drive tractor and drive combine and those kinds of things. We've been farming. I've been farming since 1960. I taught school 1 year after college, but I have been farming since about 1960, so I've got almost 50 years into it. But it's something I love, and that's where I work.
Very good. What are some challenges that occur in wheat farming?
Well, a lot of the challenges are the price of what we have to sell. It's really hard to get enough money for your wheat to pay for all the expensive fertilizers and pesticides you had to put on the crop to protect it from pests and so on. So that's one of the bigger challenges. And then keeping up with the equipment, the cost of equipment has gone up, skyrocketed in the past few years. And so that's very difficult, too, to try to upgrade your equipment. Hopefully the price goes up in your product a little bit once in a while so you can afford to buy that new piece of equipment, which doesn't happen very often.
What motivates you to want to represent your district?
I just think I can have a big impact for the people back home. After 20 years, you really do have some influence around this place. And so it's kind of fun to be able to have enough influence to get the things done that we need to have done for southeastern Washington. So that's what keeps me going. I don't know how much longer that I'll be able to handle it, but it will be 22 years when I come up for election again, and we'll make a decision then whether I decide I want to stay or not.
Thank you, Representative Bill Grant, and this is Brianne with 4-H Network News.